What's going on, guys? Today in this video, I think I got something that you really will need in your own shop. So whenever I'm lifting something heavy, maybe a truck cab, something like that, a truck bed, basically anytime that I have to lift something directly up, this is what I usually use. It's a gantry crane, so I can roll this around the shop. It's very useful, even if I need to like back into my shop and I'm unloading an engine from the back of my truck. The thought of me having it was that I could just back up underneath it, grab onto the engine, lift it up, and then just drive out from underneath it. It definitely comes in handy. All right, so the style that I was using was this style right here. It's got a crank on it. So basically you would bring your chain, hook it onto whatever you're trying to grab. You have to get way up on a ladder and you have to crank it like crazy. I mean, it's probably 4,737 cranks before you can even move an inch. I'm not kidding. It does work, I will say that, but it's terrible. And the fact that it's just kind of dangerous too, because you have to get so up high, because the gantry crane, I usually have it set at 12 foot. So whenever it's that high, I have no choice but to climb up on a really high ladder. So I'm kind of like leaning over a truck cab, and it gets kind of sketchy. So I was happy to say goodbye to this one and thankful to have this one in here. This right here is an electric hoist. I mean, I don't understand why I didn't think of this sooner. This particular electric hoist is Vevor's 1-ton hoist. So to start with, they send you the hoist, okay? You gotta figure out a way, because some people don't have a gantry crane, some people are not putting it on an I-beam. It can also be put on a piece of square tube. So whenever I received this, I knew that I wanted to get a bigger, beefier trolley system than the one that I have over here. The other one I think is just kind of narrow and it has a center mounting point, and I knew that if I adapted it to fit to that other one, then it was just going to pivot and swing. So this one right here has got 3 pulleys on it. It's actually, I guess technically got 4 per side. One is just a tiny one to take up the slop to make sure that it doesn't come up. You can actually grab this thing and just, I mean, the whole gantry moves before this thing will move on the I-beam. So I know that it's going to be much more sturdy than your typical 2-pulley setup. Setup on this thing was extremely easy. You basically just mount the box to the side here, and that's where all your electrical comes through. And then of course there's just the cord that plugs into the hoist to give it power. And then you have a cord that runs down to a remote, and this is a wired remote. And then you also have a wireless remote, and this thing is amazing. I could stand on the other side of the shop and hit this thing and it will go up and down. So this system set up the way it is right now. If you run it through 2 of these steel braided lines, then you're gonna get a lift capacity of about a ton. If you just run it through on its single cable and not double it through, then it's just 1,100 pounds. So, and when I say just 1,100 pounds, I mean that's gonna do anything that I'm gonna need in my shop. The other thing is that obviously with the single and not doubled up, you're gonna get more travel. So this thing will drop all the way to the floor, just like this. And there's plenty, I'm not gonna run out of cable. So what kind of video would this be without doing some kind of testing, right? All right, so for the first test, I've got a 36-inch bending brake. This one I think is 150 pounds, and I'm sure that this is going to be no problem whatsoever. So I'm just going to get back from it just in case it swings. If I wanted to just guide it down. Crazy. Just does it like it's nothing. All right, guys, we are going straight for the heavy stuff here. Engine transmission right here. This is an LS engine with a 4L60E transmission. And I don't know, I would guess that maybe, well, here, let's just look it up. I would guess 700 pounds. Yeah, so roughly this will be around 700 pounds. And this is the extent that I would use this, if I'm being completely honest. I'm not going to do a ton, but the reason why I went with the heavy stuff is because, hey, like I would rather be overpowered than underpowered. So let's see, I'm not gonna go crazy with this. I'm just gonna see if it can pick it up off the ground. 100%. I wasn't even ready for it to come up yet. So as you can see, it's just sitting there swinging, and I'm not gonna, I mean, it already proved that it can lift it up. I'm not gonna go crazy high with it for no reason, but this is honestly all I would need it for right here, is just to be able to pull an engine out, drive away from it while it's kind of suspended in the air like this, and then drop it back down. Or, you know, if I need to pull a truck bed off of a chassis, I mean, that kind of stuff there. But this is the most that I would ever demand out of this thing. And usually guys that are watching my channel, they're in the same kind of boat. So this right here, I'm telling you, this is a game changer. If you guys want to check this one out, it is the Vevor 1-ton electric hoist. This thing, I mean, obviously it just picked up an LS with a transmission to it. No problem at all. And the remote is awesome. Also, if you haven't already, make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. I've got a lot of projects getting started here. This is a 79 Camaro. This one has not been on the channel yet, but I promise you there's going to be all kinds of stuff on that one. And then I've got the 67 Mustang, and then a mess of panels for every other car. I think we have 19 panels sitting over here. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And not only that, but there is a painted 56 Chevy in my paint booth right now, and that is going to be the next video. So make sure that you guys go check that out. I've got one more step to do to that thing, and then I will be releasing that video. So make sure you guys are watching for that. That one has kind of been a long time coming. So we're finally to that point, and that'll be the next video.